Hey everybody, welcome back to JT Channel and welcome to a little channel update. I don't do these a whole lot anymore like I used to because it's pretty obvious what I'm doing from time to time. Mostly been doing videos like this until recently. But I just want to talk about the fact that there's no drop in shred today, what there is going to be coming up, and some stuff for next week that I think I need to let you guys know about. So first things first, y'all saw this coming. Thank you so much for all the support on the Amnesia, the Dark Descent series. Some of the videos sat at one view for a little while, but they eventually increase. I'll definitely mention as much as I can. I'll probably put out some shorts here soon. I haven't done that in a long time. The thing about shorts is they get a lot more traction, and you can always put the video it's related to as well. So if people like the short, they can click on the video and go watch the whole thing. So I'm gonna start doing more shorts as soon as I remember to do them. I think about it a lot. I'm like, oh, not many people watch this video, but it was good. I should put out a short. And then I don't put out a short. So, but overall, I really enjoyed Amnesia, the Dark Descent. I don't want to get into it here. You can hear most of my review on the last video, which is over an hour and a half long. One of the longer videos on the channel. Not the longest, I found out. That was when I almost beat the first Doom, or the 2016 Doom. It was like an hour and 45-minute video, but I appreciate all that. One of the big things coming that is going to be either be today or tomorrow, probably today, but I don't want to get anybody's hopes up, so just, if you don't see it today, you'll see this video today at least, is the next Amnesia game in the collection, which is Justine, which I said probably 100 times now. I'm pretty sure it's just a DLC to the Dark Descent. Maybe it's about the girl that we were talking about during the story. So I'm looking forward to that. And then it'll be a Machine for Pigs, which I have to keep saying this because I don't want anyone to forget this. The company that made Amnesia, a Machine for Pigs, eventually went on to make Still Wakes the Deep. Okay? Never forget that. I feel like that's important because I know a Machine for Pigs is a completely different, game, but they had to start somewhere. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. I heard people say it's not their favorite Amnesia game. Like if they were to rank the Amnesia games, it might be at the bottom, but it's still a part of the Amnesia series, so I'm going to play it. I'm hoping to get to it as soon as possible. That's why I said it might be today. But you'll at least get this video letting you know that's what I'm playing next. And then, of course, I keep saying this. Once I finish the collection, the trilogy that I have, if you guys are interested, or if, it just seems like the next best, or the next step, next logical step, I'll play Rebirth and The Bunker, which everyone loves The Bunker. So I do want to play that eventually for sure. I also don't necessarily want to turn this channel into a horror channel. We've been over this so many times that, it's probably boring to talk about now, but just in case there's people that stumble across this video or are newer to the channel and are like, oh, why are these videos so, like, shit with how they're made? It's because I shoot all this on a phone, on a fucking Samsung phone at that. I think it's a Galaxy A54. So, it's not like I don't have the proper equipment to go onto Steam, so even if this was a horror channel, a horror gaming channel, I can't play all the cool, nifty little $1.99 horror games on Steam, or even the free ones for that matter. There are some cool free games on PS4, but again, that's neither here nor there. But Amnesia is just the series I'm on right now. When I finish A Machine for Pigs, we'll see what happens next. Now, on to Drop and Shred and a pretty big video for next week. Not doing Drop and Shred today. I was looking through the new music according to what I like, according to my YouTube music. And it's mostly dubstep, which is fine. Don't get me wrong. There's like remixes, there's new slander, there's a bunch of other stuff. I could look it up, but I'm not going to. There's some new dubstep out there that I'm definitely interested in, but I don't want it to be just dubstep. There is a new song from the Foo Fighters, and there's a song from, I think, Escape the Fate and Silos, that I missed a week or so ago, but I don't feel like that's enough, and I haven't really listened to the Foo Fighters in a while. It's for a stupid reason, but it's just how I feel. I don't know if you all know this or not, but Dave Grohl came out, I think earlier this year, and said that he fathered a child with another woman outside of his marriage, and ever since then, I've just not been able to listen to the Foo Fighters. Yes, I know, it's stupid. I listened to Falling in Reverse, for fuck's sake. But with that being said, when things like that get in my head, I can't just make them get out of my head. I don't like the fact that a band that I consider the greatest rock band of all time, their lead singer and guitarist and the former drummer of Nirvana, went out there, cheated on his wife, had a kid, didn't say anything, and then just went out on social media and went, yeah, I have a kid outside my marriage, and then apologized for it like we're all supposed to be like, you're cool, Dave. So it bugs the shit out of me. Doesn't mean I won't listen to the song. It just means that I don't think that's a good thing to just throw in there just because I have nothing else to do. Instead, next Wednesday will be the next episode of Drop and Shred, because my favorite band, I really wish I was wearing an Ice Nine Kills t-shirt, is coming out with a new song. Obviously, it's Ice Nine Kills. I just said it. I'll wear an Ice Nine Kills shirt for that episode for sure. They've been teasing this thing with the Great Unknown. They dropped USBs in the country or around the world or something. I don't know. You can hear bits and pieces of the song. Like, I think each USB has a different part, like the drums, the bass, the guitar. There's like a breakdown. I only know all of this because I'm part of a Facebook group. Well, I know about the Great Unknown because I love Ice Nine Kills. I follow everything they fucking do. But I only know what the USBs and the teasers are because of the group I'm in. And they've revealed like almost the whole song without singing. And I listened to a little bit of it and then I just shut it off. I don't want to ruin it for myself. So next Wednesday, Drop and Shred will be mostly about Ice Nine Kills. Do you like Ice Nine Kills? Anyway, if you get that reference, please, for the love of God, comment below. But there's also a band called Everyone Dies in Utah. I think they're death metal or deathcore. I've heard of them. When there was a page that shared that about the Ice Nine Kills track, and they commented like, "Hey, we're dropping a new song on the 9th too." So I'm probably gonna listen to that. So you may wanna do the whole timestamp thing when I do Drop and Shred next week. I'll try to save some of these. I'm sorry, there's that spot on the wall behind me. It drives me crazy. I'll try to save some of the dubstep tracks for next Wednesday. Like my buddy and my boss sent me the Woolly remix of the new Millennium track. Millennium. This is a tangent, so skip forward a little bit. This is crooked. Millennium dropped a new song a while back, earlier this year, called "In My Arms." It's really good. A few weeks later, he dropped the cinematic version. The following week, they dropped a remix. Now today, they dropped another remix. I like the song. It's a good song. But I'm more excited for new Millennium songs. I just think it's funny. This one song just has... He remixed it with a cinematic version, and then he let someone else remix it, and then Wooly remixed it, who I freaking love. You guys, people who don't listen to dubstep are going, what the fuck is he talking about? I know I'm on a rant here, but I'll probably listen to the Wooly remix of In My Arms on my own. But like the new Slander song, there's another one I can't think of all of a sudden that I was excited to listen to for Drop and Shred. So if you've been watching that show, also known as the greatest copyrighted show in history, there won't be one today. I'm waiting until next Wednesday because I want to react to the new Ice Nine Kills song. They are legitimately mine and my wife's favorite band. So, super excited about that. So yeah, that's that about the reason Drop and Shred isn't going to be today. I don't mind if it's mostly one genre over the other, but I feel like I should wait because I'm not going to wait 2 extra days. Like, it comes out on the 9th. I'm not going to wait till the 11th to listen to the new Ice Nine Kills track. So, Drop and Shred returns Wednesday, July 9th. The other thing that's coming next week, and this is the big one. I've thought about this a lot. I really have. I'm going to be doing a mega episode of Picture Predictions, and there will actually be 2 episodes of Picture Predictions next week. I have not done an All Elite Wrestling thing for picks and predictions or reviews in a long time. It's not because I don't watch AEW. I always say this in my wrestling videos. I think people get the wrong impression when they come here because it's like, oh, he's picking and predicting all WWE stuff, but no AEW stuff. But if you watch all my content, like all of these wrestling, whenever I do a wrestling video, you know that I love AEW. I watched Dynamite 300. I watched the replay Thursday morning, but I love it. It was my favorite company from 2019 until 2022, I want to say, because they were just great. Now, they did fall off a little bit. I'm not going to sit here and pretend they didn't, but I really feel like they've come back and they've caught back up. I know people hate the Death Riders. I can't help but love them. I've been a Jon Moxley mark since Jon Moxley showed up in AEW. I love all the stories going on right now. I'm not going to run through them all. But I'm going to do a picks and predictions for All In. Now, that is going to be a long enough video in and of itself because AEW tends to have 412 matches in a 4-hour time slot, maybe 5 hours. Which I understand why Tony does it. He should slow it down. It made more sense a couple of years ago when they only had 4 shows a year. That, of course, if you only have 4 shows a year, then you're going to have like a 4 or 5 hour mega show. Why wouldn't you? But nowadays, they've got a lot more pay-per-views per year. And that's the other reason that I don't do a whole lot of AEW reviews or picture predictions is because it's a pay-per-view. Now, I don't mind it being on pay-per-view, but I have bitched, moaned, whined, and complained about my money problems on this channel enough times for you guys to know that I can't buy a $55 pay-per-view even 4 times a year. It just depends on where it is, when it is, blah, 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 blah. So it's hard. I don't want to pick and predict the pay-per-view and then the pay-per-view passes and I can't review it because I wasn't able to watch it. Yes, I could pirate it. I could bootleg it. I do that a lot. But the Wi-Fi situation where I currently live, like we live in a building across from the house where the Wi-Fi is. We have Wi-Fi. Obviously, it's how I upload all my videos and watch all this crap. I had to get a drink. But it's not super strong, so like it won't come together properly. It won't actually work out. I can't remember what it was. I think the last AEW pay-per-view where they had the Anarchy in the Arena, which was one of the most fun matches I've ever watched in my entire life. I had to pirate that event. I only got to watch like the opening match and that match, and even the Anarchy in the Arena was like insane. I'm sorry, this is bugging the hell out of me. It was really hard to watch because it kept being slow and freezing. So what I'm gonna do, I've been babbling, explaining why I don't do AEW very much. I want to get back into doing AEW picks and predictions. So next week I am going to pick and predict All In. I do not know if I'm going to be able to watch the show. I cannot guarantee anything. I'm hoping to. I've got a couple of big jobs coming up, and we have some, bills to pay or whatever. But I'm hoping to set aside like a little here and there. If I can't watch All In, I will do my best to check out replays and stuff and try to give you my best review. I know that sounds shitty. I know when you hear that, you're like, then why pick and predict it? Because I miss doing it. I miss watching AEW and being like, all right, let's go. I thought I was going to watch that last pay-per-view. I cannot tell you. Was it Double or Nothing? I think it was Double or Nothing. But I thought it was still streaming on Max. I didn't realize they had switched to Prime, which of course isn't free. Well, free. You know what I mean? We're subscribed to Max. So I was looking forward to watching it on Max. I didn't realize they'd stopped doing that with the pay-per-views and moving over to Prime, where they're basically the same price as pay-per-view. So if I can do it, I will. I miss being able to talk to you guys about more than just WWE. So picks and predictions for All In next week. That's not even the big video. I mentioned at the start of this little chat about All In that it's going to be a long enough video as it is because of how long the pay-per-views are. The other thing I'm doing is a triple megasode, I guess, of WWE picks and predictions. Because, as you all know, WWE found out that AEW was having a pay-per-view, so they chucked everything they could at it. They chucked the bare minimum. They're trying to make a point. Like, not to go on another tangent, but what WWE is trying to do is saying, hey, look, there's an NXT show, a Saturday Night's Main Event, and Evolution, and we bet all that can outdo All In. That's all they're doing. They're showing off. Because you all know the last Evolution did good, but you could tell WWE didn't really care about it. And this one, let's be honest, they're bum rushing the fucking card a week before the show. But with that said, I'm looking forward to all those shows. Even the NXT show. I've been really into NXT lately. I think the merger with TNA has made it better. Like, I'm not just into the crossover stuff, but it feels like NXT is getting back to being as good as it once was, in my opinion. And it makes make us all more into TNA as well. So I'm going to do a pick and predictions video where I'm going to cover NXT's Great American Bash, Saturday Night's Main Event, and Evolution. It's going to be one video. That's why it's called a megasode. I know not everybody's looking forward to the Great American Bash, but I am. I couldn't tell you any of the matches off the top of my head right now. But, again, that's because there's so much wrestling up in here. But I'm looking forward to it. I think that all this crossover stuff has been great. And then you have Saturday night's main event, Seth Rollins versus LA Knight, Goldberg versus Gunther, and then Evolution, which I'm pretty sure the main event's probably going to be Rhea versus Io. I feel like they're leaning heavy on that. The Fatal 4-Way, the Battle Royal. They made one really good, big women's world title match. And then they're throwing 8 women into one match, and God knows how many into another. Again, WWE just... I'm not saying they don't care about their women's division, but if they cared as much about Evolution as they pretended they do, this show would be almost completely made with maybe a match or two not guaranteed already. So I guess that's it. In case, like I said, you're like me and your brain is made of Swiss cheese and or mashed potatoes, the short version of all this, I'm going to play Justine next. I'm going to keep on the Amnesia train, even though some of the videos do have lower views. I'm having too much fun with the games. Big thanks for everyone who watched The Dark Descent. Hope you're looking forward to Justine. No Drop and Shred today. Drop and Shred will be on Wednesday, July 9th, because my favorite band is dropping a new track, and I'm not trying to miss it. And I'm going to be doing a bunch of picks and predictions next week. All In will be its own video, and then I'm doing all 3 WWE shows for next Friday and Saturday. Or is it Saturday and Sunday? Or is it all 3 in one video? So I guess look forward to that. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave comments down below. Like I said, maybe I'll get to Justine today. My mother-in-law is coming over, and that doesn't necessarily mean I won't have time to do anything. It just means that sometimes we all do stuff as a family. It's also the 4th of July. I don't give a shit. Not to get political, but like I've been saying on social media all day, it's really hard to celebrate Independence Day when we have a fucking tyrant in charge of our country. So I don't care about the 4th, but I assume we're going to do fireworks tonight. So don't expect videos at night. I don't know. I guess, again, that's it. Thank you for joining me. Until next time, this is JT Channel. I am JT, and I will see you in the next one, whatever the next one is.